Good morning, everyone. Thought to start the day off with a quick little video on basic advice on what to do when you're buying a property. Just generally, how do you know how much to offer on a building, on a house, whenever you're buying something? Just how much is it worth? That's a tricky question, so I thought I'd give you some tips and tricks on how to estimate the current cost of the place you're looking to buy. For us, this was a little tricky because there's no one website that has all this information where you can just compare sold listings to current listings that are for sale. So there's definitely a $1 billion idea here. If someone else wants to do it, I'm not going to do it. But if you can find a website or an app or anything like that that just shows you the comparable listings, shows you recently sold listings, it goes a long way. I did find a local website, but they only do it in my immediate area. So search online or ask your realtor. Give me some comps on recently sold stuff in the area. Get an idea. Look at the listing. Has it been remodeled? What does it come with? How old is the building? How many bedrooms? And it will give yourself a general idea of how much places are selling for in the neighborhood. So that is definitely step one before you put in an offer. Check out the comps. I'm going to finish off my breakfast and we'll continue on and get to step two. So once you've compared the comps of the building and you have a general idea of what this building, this house should be selling for, next piece of advice is never fall in love with a property. Never get emotional about it. Until you own it, it is not yours. This is a difficult thing to do because you start to imagine yourself living in the unit. You start to imagine yourself, this is a nice spot. But guess what? There's always going to be more properties that come up available. If you don't get it, you don't get it. You don't overpay for something you might regret later. So if you find yourself in a bidding war, always keep your emotions out of it. Keep yourself open to the possibility that you might just not get this unit. And that's okay. Because you know what? Eventually you will get the unit you want for the price you want, and you're going to feel a million times better than overpaying for something that you're not 100% in love with. It's a big decision, so don't rush out. Don't get emotional. You know what? This is good, but I think it's missing something. You know what? I know what it is. All right. That's a little better. So the next piece of advice before you put in that offer is, you know what? Whatever you do, always remember that the realtor works for you. Don't feel pressured into putting an offer in, and they work by commission. So if they're tired of you, sometimes they just want to make the sale, move on to the next client. Don't feel pressured. Don't worry about it. If he doesn't want to work with you, if he doesn't want to put the time in, guess what? There's a lot of other realtors willing to do it. So make sure you have a good realtor. He can go a long way. If he knows the area, he's good at negotiating. It's his job to bridge the gap between the buyer and seller. So if you're not willing to pay a certain price, just say, hey, I'm ready to walk away if I don't get it. Realtors are smart, so they're going to try and get you to come up as high as they can, as close to the asking price, because they just want to make the sale. So make sure that your realtor is 100% on your side. Don't feel pressured. You know what? It's actually really nice outside. So we should end this video. I got a little bit more advice. Let's go outside. Alright, so we're on my balcony. The last thing on my list is put in closet. Surprisingly enough, you can buy a property, put in subject to financing, subject to home inspection, subject to viewing, subject to anything you basically want, and that gives you a way out. So if things aren't exactly what you expect them to be, maybe you have a change of heart, maybe you just find another property before closing, You can say, hey, I wasn't 100% on this. I didn't get the financing I thought I was gonna get. You can walk away from your deal without losing any money, without doing anything other than wasting your realtor's time and your time. But you know what? It's better than making a 30, 40, 50, 25-year mistake. So you know what? Putting in subjects might be a way to save you, just in case you get a change of heart. If you're not 100% sure, put those subjects in. It gives you an additional couple weeks to think it over and just to make sure you're 100% okay with it. Your realtor should inform you about this, but if he hasn't or she hasn't, there you go. I want to thank you for watching. These videos again are a little different than what I normally post, but this was a big decision and I hope you like it. Like the video, and until later, I'll see you later.